support of Mayor Frank Jackson and 4 more years.
I've been honored to serve as the Speaker of the Ohio House and the Democratic leader of the Ohio House for the last 5 years. And I've seen a lot of bad leaders in Columbus. I've seen a lot of good leaders in Columbus. Mayor Jackson is a great leader.
Jackson, I think about the words that Dr. King talked about as he highlighted what it means to be a man. It is not about how much might or strength you have, but it is about compassion and about your heart. See, Mayor Jackson has been talking about the least of these before it became popular. Our mayor understands, as Representative Sandra Williams illustrated, what it means to not have. All right. He has constantly throughout his career been standing up for those who would not, without his voice, have someone to stand up for them. The measure of a man is how you use your strength and your power to advance all of us. The measure of a man.
I go around the country. People ask me, who's your mayor? I put my chest out and say, Mayor Frank G. Jackson, who you got?
Of Cleveland, when I see cranes downtown and I see buildings coming back up, it makes me believe that we will once again be called the best location because of our mayor. Can I get a witness? I have to believe I got sunshine on a cloudy day because of my mayor.
Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Never give a mic to a pastor. You know that we can be here all day. But anyway, I am very happy to be here and support.
But I am also a city resident, okay? And really that's rare in today's day, but I am. And I also had 2 brothers that were city councilmen, Pat and Mike, for a number of years. And when Frank came on board, I said to both Pat and Mike, I said, tell me a little bit about Frank Jackson. What they told me, without a hesitation, that he's an honest, stand-up, trustworthy person. And I appreciate that. And to this day, with any of my dealings with Frank Jackson, those words...
And in my culture, there is a saying that you probably heard, and it's a big deal. It's, "Si se puede. Si se puede. Si se puede."
Good afternoon. My name is Dominic Ozan, and I'm President and CEO of Ozan Construction Company. Mayor, thank you for giving me the honor to address the crowd today and say a few words on your behalf. I had the good fortune of knowing Mayor Jackson before he was mayor as council president, and I recall that when he made the decision to be mayor, the theme very clearly was the same as it is today, helping the least.
4 more years.
And it was in his first term. One of my neighbors said to me, "This guy is great. How come nobody knows about him?" And any one of us who knows Mayor Jackson knows he does not toot his own horn.
For low-income housing, when they tried to replace housing in Ward 5, he would not let them build until they agreed to unit for unit replacement because they wanted to cut down the amount of units. We need more units. And Mayor Jackson fought hard when they tried to shut Longwood down. Mayor Jackson was right there with us over at Tradstone Baptist Church, fighting the fight, and next thing you know, we had Arbor Park. He has fought so many battles, and I am so proud today to introduce to you the current and future mayor of the city of Cleveland, Mayor Frank G. Jackson.
I'm working on those 4. But good afternoon. You know, I want to first of all thank you for your patience. I want to thank you for your patience. And I want to thank those who spoke before me and the things that they said in regards to me. I really appreciate it. You know, but I will tell you that this is work. And I don't need a job. I don't need a job. I'm here because of you.
All right.
I'm here because I'm concerned about you. I'm here because I am one of you.
All right.
I am Cleveland and I am you. And all of what I do, regardless of how people try to portray it or paint it, regardless, I do it for you. I do it for you. And I know people, some people talk about courage. You know, I don't think that's the case. It's just I can't do no different. I just can't do no different. You know, because I stay, again, on 38th and Central. My family's lived there since 1960s. Me and my family has gone through all of whatever you've gone through, I go through too. My family goes through. There's no shield between the world and the problems of the world or me and my family. I am in Cleveland. I intend to stay in Cleveland. So all of what I do is for the positioning of Cleveland for the future. The whole thing about education. Whose children are we talking about? Whose children need an opportunity and hope for the future? There are our children. When we talk about economic development and investments in order to position Cleveland for the future and ensure that there are investments and job creation for the city of Cleveland, who should be receiving those jobs? We should. Who should be part of the construction and the permanent side of all of what we do? When we talk about all of the infrastructures of the city of Cleveland, and it was mentioned by some council people how we weathered the storm during the worst recession. The worst recession since the Great Depression, but we weathered that. We weathered that because we thought about what was in the best interest of the city of Cleveland. But I tell you that all of what I do will mean nothing. It means nothing. Because I would not have the passion or the commitment or the energy to do any of this if you were not the beneficiary of it. So it is about the least of us. And when I say least of us, I don't mean welfare and charity as others would think of. What I mean is how do we, as a community, how do we as Clevelanders participate in the prosperity and the quality of life that has been created? How do we include everyone into that prosperity? How do we include everyone into that quality of life? How do we make sure that no one is left out? And in order to do that, it can't be a them versus us, it has to be us. All right. It can't be business versus labor, public school versus charter schools, west side versus east side, downtown versus neighbor. That cannot exist. Cannot exist if we're going to be a great city. So I'm a politician, and I'm proud of it. I tell you, politics is an honorable profession. Use it in a way that benefits yourself, your friends, or your family members, you a crook. And it does make it different whether you're an elected official or you're in business or wherever you are. It's the nature of the game.
Break it on. Come on now.
Nature of the game. So I'm gonna wrap up because I'll get the road. But you know, as I said, I'm 67 years old, and I got some grandkids over here. I think my wife and daughter are with Councilwoman Cleveland in her parade. Is that where she is? Okay. And so, well, let me tell you. So I come up when things weren't so good in Central, and I can remember all from the time when there was a house on every lot. There were businesses all up and down the main street. There were doctors, lawyers, and dentists, all of them, not just one, multiple. All of we even had hotels, nightclubs, movie theaters, all that. And then, you know, went through this cycle. You know, the civil rights movement, the riots, and then urban renewal, redlining, and it bit the dust. But there were still people there. While everyone else was looking around, they said, there's nothing. What could come good out of Central? What could come good out of Central? There were people there. And they stuck it out. They stuck it out. My family was one of them. My family was one of them. But what I learned in the streets of the city of Cleveland in Central, I carry here as mayor of the city of Cleveland. Some basic principles. And that is never forget where you come from. And I always go back home to remember why you are where you are and what the purpose of it is. And as the street hustlers used to say, if you be true to the game, it'll be true to you. So all of what people have said leading up to this, and I greatly appreciate it,
All right, bring it on down.
is that I try hard to be true to the game. I try hard to be true to you. And that I do not forget where I come from. And that I go home every night to my family on 38th and Central so I can remember why I'm here and not lose my way. So thank you very much.